Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. Through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody's not aware of this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is try to get 201 trades, each and every return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades, we do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for less than $9 a month, information is available in the description below. In today's video we're going to be looking at MMTLP and the latest stats with regard to 2 days of position close only trading from Schwab. We're also going to be looking at the other aspect, a Writ of Mandamus, and also explaining what that means, and then looking at ticker symbol ALTM, where there has been some huge acquisition news. So before we get started, let's have a look at what's happening in the markets. So first of all, here headline from Reuters, we can see the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq is rising as investors are focusing on the inflation data, and we are also moving into the third quarter earnings. In terms of China, the news from Hong Kong also is that the Hang Seng was down significantly, in excess of 10%. So not good news there for many of the China stocks, which did take a hit today. Oil was down significantly today at down 1.76%, and copper was also took a huge hit today. So from Market Watch, we can see right now at time of editing the stock market is gaining. So the Dow Jones gained 140 points, the Nasdaq was up approximately 1.4% as the stocks are now rebounding from the Monday sell-off. So hopefully this continues. I'd like to start by giving a shout out to the stock news channel in the Discord, where we called out a significant insider buy for ticker symbol STTK, also known as Shattuck Labs, and the stock was up close to 14%. So congratulations to everybody got into that. And the other stock we're going to look at now is ticker symbol ALTM, and this was also called in our new live trading and alerts section in the Discord, where we got news breaking that this stock was trading higher after the company announced it was approached by Rio Tinto with regard to a significant acquisition. So this was also added into our weekly watch list. And in terms of the news from Reuters, we can also see here again confirmed that Rio Tinto are in talks to buy the lithium miner Arcadium. So these talks are still at the moment speculative, so it could be one of those where we're looking at obviously buy the rumor, sell the news. And we're also looking at here from Reuters the latest update. The Arcadium deal could power Rio Tinto's entry into the lithium supplier big league. So huge news there potentially. So we have a look at the chart for ALTM, also known as Arcadium Lithium PLC, again over the previous 5 days up in excess of 47%. So certainly one of those to trade with care. If you would like to get more alerts such as these, again details for the Discord are below. Before we look at the latest update from Scott, a question here from P. Lawnwoody was with regard to the Writ of Mandamus. So he states here, what is the Writ of Mandamus? Scott keeps mentioning, and what does the acronym stand for? So again, in terms of WOM, that stands for Writ of Mandamus. This is a court order. This is something that Scott is seeking, and it's a court order that commands an official government agency, public body, etc. So he's looking at the SEC and also FINRA to perform the legal obligated duty to carry out what they should be carrying out. So this is a powerful legal remedy typically issued by higher court. So that's on the table for Scott. So let's move on to have a look at Scott's post, and what he stated here is that Schwab have jumped the gun in terms of the previous filing. They already have a motion for a stay for arbitration, so they are looking to obviously get out of this one. So what Scott has stated, he has now alerted the court with regard to the SEC and FINRA post U3 halt. And also in terms of the meeting that took place on or around 23rd of December 2022. So Scott has also uncovered a number of emails which I think are certainly very interesting. So let's have a look at the motion, and we can see here in terms of the next update here, the plaintiff Scott's motion to strike the defendant Charles Schwab and co. motion to dismiss pursuant to Rule 12F. So this is going to be some of Scott's responses, and what Scott is basically saying, he's respectfully moving the court to strike Schwab's motion to dismiss on the grounds that it is untimely and prejudicial, and seeks to dismiss this case without the resolution of key threshold issues, which include arbitration and spoliation as well. So what we can also see here in the next section is the section number 1. The motion to dismiss is untimely as arbitration is unresolved. So it looks like Schwab are trying to get out on a technicality, and Schwab's motion to dismiss is untimely because the issue has not yet been decided. So they're trying to get everything thrown out of the court as before the judge hears anything. In section 2, Scott's also stating here, the spoliation issues and judicial economy require resolution before considering a motion to dismiss. And Scott has raised significant concerns regarding Schwab's destruction of key evidence. I believe Schwab have admitted this, so that is hugely significant, and that constitutes also spoliation, so the court must hear that. So these claims must be resolved before substantive motions like dismissals and spoliation can affect the scope and fairness of the litigation. So again, I think that's all that Scott is asking for. And in number 3 here, the motion to dismiss contradicts this request for a stay pending arbitration. So it seems like they are asking for two opposing things simultaneously. First of all, looking at a motion to compel arbitration, and then a motion to dismiss. So it looks like a significant contribution where they cannot make their minds up. So they're arguing that the case should be stayed and compelled into arbitration. Then on the other hand, they're saying it should be dismissed. So it's a significant amount of inconsistency, which is certainly creating confusion. And in section 4 here, there's an act that is being referred to, and it's the Clayton Act, and the Clayton Act claims an additional PSLRA counts are amended, and Schwab will have an opportunity for a comprehensive motion later. So again, reference here also to the destroyed audio recordings once held by TDA and Schwab, because these audio recordings were certainly conclusive from what we heard from Scott. So section 5, Schwab is under investigation for MMTLP related fraud, destruction of evidence and unjust enrichment in the MMTLP stock trading scandals. Scott is aware and has several new claims under the SEC Act for securities fraud, market manipulation, insider trading, and also in time, obviously added in time for this suit to take place. So with regard to Schwab, the illicit profits in MMTLP trading halt they were given advance notice. We know that from the UP3, from the whole committee, and profited from approximately 7,500 Schwab TDA shareholders. So that was something that should not have happened. Then number 6, we're talking about fire here. So this is something that is new, and what Scott is saying, that is new released information from fire documents produced on 7th of October 2024. So this is not Howard's, this is something in addition to that. And these show SEC and FINRA executives meeting on 23rd of December 2022 to address the MMTLP trade halt. So this would put Gary Gensler in a very, very difficult position, where he's clearly in these meetings, I believe, from some of these appendix that have been shared by Scott. And the FOIA documents attached in Appendix B show that the SEC and FINRA heavy breathers meeting to discuss the trade halt in MMTLP. As per the SEC and FINRA rules, a trade halt normally only goes on for 10 days. The meeting on December the 23rd was 14 days after the U3 halt. So again, it looks like they were having a very, very significant emergency meeting there in terms of working out what to do. So subsection 2 at the bottom here, Schwab's Ron Fleming, that's the person that Scott is naming, admitted that TDA had requested the trade halt to protect itself. Then the now infamous 20th of March 2023 Scott Fleming call. So it was first cancelled, then deleted by FINRA. We're talking about MMTLP, and the first time ever a security has been atomized in such a fashion. So we all know that MMTLP is unique and one of a kind story. So next section here, impact on the regulatory practice. The case established important limits on the SEC's authority to manage the trading suspensions, preventing the agency from indefinitely delaying trading by repeatedly renewing suspensions under 12K. So let's move on to the conclusion. And Scott respectfully requests that the court strike Schwab's motion to dismiss as untimely. So let's move on to the relief. What Scott is asking is the court give him 21 days from the date to answer any renewed Schwab motion to dismiss, so if that is dismissed. And the other relief is requesting the court give him 21 days from the date of any subsequent filing of all motions to dismiss or answer any renewed Schwab motion to dismiss. And in the final part, he's also raises here for the court to consider whether, in the interest of judicial economy, a writ of mandamus to force 2 days of trading to close out MMTLP short positions is warranted. And at the bottom, this writ is going to force the short positions closed, which is needed to ensure fair and free markets, as FINRA are proud of saying. So again, a fantastic update there from Scott. There has been a further additional update from Scott, and in response to a statement here from John, who stated, is this evidence that GG lied to Congress, assuming that the reductions are now MMTLP related? So what Scott stated is he has evidence that it was about MMTLP. The only way to disprove him is to remove the reductions in the entire email chain under the FRCPs. He can also ask for requests for admissions or denials under oath and set the Chinese box for their attorneys if they want to play it cute. So obviously they will be under order from the court to tell the truth under oath. So significant amount of pressure there, and it looks like Scott has got this information from the FOIA that could certainly be a game changer. And finally, shout out here to Junk Savvy, who's provided us an update in terms of NextBridge Hydrocarbons, who have submitted applications for 4 drilling permits for 2024, keeping them again in compliance. And it looks like these are for the Johnson wells. I believe there is probably one more update that we need, and hopefully that will also come soon. And finally, thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.